Hello all and welcome to another little Craftmania video here for your last minute Christmas ideas. Now, as we know, we're trucking through November quite quickly, Christmas is en route, and we really wanted to help inspire you with a few last minute ideas. So we're going to bring you a whole series of videos that are hopefully going to give you a bit of inspiration. I'm going to give you a little scan over at the moment of a few of the cards that are using the components we're going to be looking at on this little video, and a few of these cards may be coming up in videos shortly as well. Some of them may already be on our YouTube channel or Facebook page, so you might want to pop on there and have a little check. They're going to be uploaded every couple of days to try and give you a bit of an idea here and there. Now, all of the goodies that we're looking at on the video are of course available from craftmaniacrafts.com, so you can go on the website and order them if you wish to. Most of the actual main products that we're looking at have all been put into a little section for you to save you having to hunt around for them, and there's quite a few offers in there as well on quite a few of the items we're looking at. So if you do go onto the website, there's lots of little tabs across the line in the middle telling you all the different sections you can go into to do your shopping. The one you want to go to is the As Seen on TV. If you give that a little click, it will drop down with a whole menu of all different shows that I've been on and the rest of the Creative Expressions team have been on. But the one you want is going to be at the top. It's going to be marked November-YouTube- last minute Christmas ideas, and everything should be pretty much in there. If you do get stuck, just let me know in the comments and I'll go find you the link you need for the items that you need to get hold of. Now, this is the card that we're actually going to be creating on this little video, and it really is super quick, super easy. And I'm sort of trying to do this on these videos because I know sometimes there's somebody we forget to make a card for when it comes to Christmas, or somebody possibly that you don't really want to make a card for. Let's be honest, we've all got them people who know you make cards, so you've got to make one for them, but sometimes you don't really want to. So you don't want to put a world of effort into them, but you also want them to know that you're a good crafter and you can make a pretty card. Equally, if you're selling your cards, sometimes we want quick, easy ones. If you're going to batch make them, sell hundreds of them. So this really is just bringing together a few dies to make quick and simple cards. So what we're using for this is the Sue Wilson Endless Option dies. Now these are really cool. You've got edges, which is this set here, and they come on their own, so if you just want to purchase the edges you can do. And although they're Christmas, obviously nothing on here really says Christmas, so we could be using these for the edges of our cards if we wanted to, little borders for standing up on your easel cards, or you could use several of these to make backgrounds. You're also going to notice you have the solids and the open work, so the open work fits inside the solid die, giving you the option to cut that if you wish to, or keep it as a solid. Equally meaning that you could cut the solids and put them behind the open work to give you colour on colour, if that's something you would like to do. But all of this set will go perfectly with the Endless Option Snowflake background, which is this die here. Now that one's going to cut exactly that for you, and I'm going to show you one of these cutting in just a second. But if we bring in the edges again, the edges can actually lay on top of this and cut out different parts for you. So for instance, this lovely line one, you could lay that onto your design here and it's going to cut that part out for you. Or we could bring on this lovely jewelled panel and pop that on in the middle part, and it's going to cut two of them for you. Now the good bit is virtually every bit of this, because of your blade's going to cut one side or the other, you're going to be able to use different parts for different projects. You can also use your background dies like I have on the side here and extend them. So you could of course go like this, which I would refer to as vertically, or you could go horizontally and let the snowflakes sort of butt up against each other. So something like this, I could see this being wrapped around a cracker in the middle to actually make that barrel if you was going to make your own crackers. Then you could possibly cut something like this part on the end, but is in a double length, and wrap them around the ends of your crackers. Or you could possibly cut these and put them around the bottoms of your candles just as a decoration. So many different ways you're going to bring these components together for not only card making, but home decor, Christmas decorations, bits like that. So let's show you how they're actually going to cut, because I think that's important. So I'm going to bring in my machine here. Now, I love this machine. If you've been watching our videos throughout our November Christmas ideas little sprint that we've been on, I've probably mentioned this to you before, but I love it and I think it's brilliant. And if you're looking for a machine, this could be a really cool Christmas present for you. So we have actually got a video about this, or about a lot of tools that we've just had come in stock at Craftmania, and you can find that on our YouTube channel as well. So I won't bore you too much with details about it now, but I can tell you it's actually on offer. It should be $79.99 $99, but at the moment it's only $67.99. And one of my favourite bits about this is the base plate is actually magnetic. So when it comes to using your dies, you don't have to tape them in place, or if you want to build frames with the Noble dies, you don't have to worry about them moving anywhere. They're going to stay in place, and I think that's a really cool feature. So we're going to bring in a piece of white card, and we're just going to pop that on the top. And this just is to show you how easy they are to cut, really. And we're going to pop it through the machine, because I just think that they look so lovely, and it looks like you've put in so much work, where in reality, all we've done is just one pass through a machine. That can come through there for us. There we go. We'll get rid of that for a second. We'll make a bit more confetti for the floor. My poor floor today. We filmed lots of these videos in one day, and it looks like we've had a wedding going on in here on our poor floor. But never mind. That's what hoovers are for. So we're just going to pull this off. It's just attached to my bit of tape there at the end. But we can see all of these bits are going to fall out for us. And instantly we have this beautiful background created. Now, as I mentioned, you can, of course, bring in your other dies. And I've got them all here to just one side. This is actually your complete set of all your different edges. Now, all I would do is just pick maybe something like that lovely jeweled element and pop it through in the middle so that you've got that effect. Or maybe if you wanted to add more detail to these side panels, you could go in and pop in the lovely dot and stitch effect. Or of course, as I mentioned, you can of course cut them out as a solid colour and lay them on top in a solid colour instead. Or you could lay on, let's say, a black one in the solid. You could cut another one using this bit and the stitched bit and put that on top of the black one in white. So you've got a nice monochrome set, or red and green, whatever you wish. I really could waffle about these for hours because there are so many options in how you can use them as they are. So I'm going to pop this to one side, and I'm going to bring in a couple I've already pre-cut. So this is one that we're going to be using, or the style we're going to be using for this card. So what I've done here is I've gone in already and I'm not going to use a cutting mat actually, because you're going to get the idea very quickly and it'll be a lot quicker. We're going to use the two wavy sides, and we've added in the stitch, we've added in that open work. So again, we've got a bit more detail than we had on the one we've just cut, because we've used them extra dies to add that element in. We've also got this panel cut here, and we've got it cut on that side. So again, other idea for you, you could just dome the front of this, and then you could pop a sentiment in the middle there, and you could leave it intact if you wanted to, or we can actually go in and trim that middle bit out. So I would normally do this with a knife and a ruler, but we're literally just going to go in and take that middle part out of here. And this will open up that area for us for the card we're going to make today, which is going to give you the ability to pop something else in the centre. Because we now have a gap, we've got a focal point, we've got all this filigree work around it, we've now got that gap to decorate. So that's what we're aiming for with these. So we're going to bring this in already. So I've already done one, and I've cut it out a bit neater than you would with scissors. And I've put some foam tape on the reverse of this so it's ready to work with. Now don't forget, obviously, you could have just trimmed this off at the sides here, and then you've just got a top and bottom panel for any card. It doesn't have to be a square. You could really go to town with these and play around with them. I'm going to use a piece of our black felt mark card to go underneath it. So our felt mark card is the one that has a light texture to it, a bit like a linen. Of course, that's available on the website as well. And also, actually, something that we don't mention too often, but all of our felt mark card and our foundations card, these usually come in the sheets or packs of 20 sheets in a packet, and they're $5.99, which is absolutely fine. We go for an awful lot of these, but obviously you're tied to buying 20 sheets of a colour at a time. Just recently, we've actually started selling them as individual sheets. They're 40p for a sheet, but if you wish to, you can mix and match any 20 on the website. This is a website only offer, and you can mix and match any 20 that you want to. It does have to be foundations or felt mark. You can't, sadly, the website just can't handle if we try and mix both sets. But you can mix and match any 20 for $5.99. So it's giving you the freedom to have different colours in different amounts. But actually you're getting the bulk price, you're getting the bulk saving. So it's an idea for you if you're in the market for some more card. So on my card blank already, I've just put some silver mirror card, another layer of our lovely raven black felt mark card, and then another piece of our silver mirror card. And then we're just going to pop this in the centre to give us that lovely frame. So I really like working in monochrome. I think this is quite a nice way to work our Christmas cards, and quite classic and simple and easy. Now on the card that I already created, I've used these. Now these are 2 die cuts and they come together. Just going to show you my little board here. This is our Sue Wilson double holly effect. They both come together. You get a left and a right one, and they're really lovely if you're going in behind your flowers. So that's one option. We could bring these in as I'd intended and pop that underneath our poinsettia. But instead I thought I'd show you this as well, because we mentioned this on another video, and you may have seen that video already. Or if not, it might be coming, because I'm not too sure what order we're uploading these just yet. But this is our Poinsettia Garland, and I think this is such a beautiful corner. It actually comes with another flower as well with it, which is the same size, and it's just the flower part of the die instead of having all of the flourishy bits and the holly bits around it. And you can actually put that underneath if you want to, so you've got a colour coming through, or you can use them as 2 separate items. But what I wanted to show you on this video is how nicely we could actually layer a different poinsettia over the top and just use this for the foliage items. So we're going to pop that on with a bit of our Cosmic Shimmer glue, and then we're going to bring in our triple layer poinsettia, which is another Sue Wilson die. And these are really cool because they give you different sizes. So you've got 3 different sizes of outer side of the die. Then you have different sizes of the insert cut out. So if you wish to layer different colours underneath it, you can do it and they'll step down. So they're quite fun. They're on the website as well. But we're going to pop that on top of there, just so we've got the foliage coming out from underneath, and we've got that lovely poinsettia on top. And then we're going to go for one of our mini expressions. Now we do lots and lots of mini expressions for all different occasions, and Sue does some of the nicest words and expressions and sayings that I think I've ever seen. And I love the way she mixes her fonts, she mixes her sizes. I just think they're really fun and classy. The one we're going to use today is the Merriest Christmas Wishes, which is just a fun expression. And we're going to bring that in our silver mirror card, and we're going to pop that down just off to one side on our card, giving that a bit of a squidge down there. Now it's a dry as clear glue, so I'm not worried I've got a little fingerprint on there. And obviously I've added a couple of little pearls to our snowflake centres as well. Oh, just to complete our card. So there's the one we've just done, there's the one already. I really like this poinsettia garland coming out from underneath this one, but equally them twin holly sprays are available as well, so you could pick which style you prefer. Now I don't know about you, but I found that a really quick and easy card to make, and just good fun and easy, which is sometimes is what we need. As I said earlier, we can spend hours on making cards, which is always lovely for the right people, but sometimes we do need them quick, simple ones. Now, other ideas, just highlighting around a few of the ones that we've done on the desk here, with them same dies. This is something I wanted to show you because I think this is quite cool. This is our same background die and edger sets, just done together to make a really lacework front card. Now I've left this just as a white on white card and added in a few pearls and a bit of ribbon, but there's nothing stopping you putting colour behind here. Maybe if you like doing your pixie powders or your aurora flakes or any backgrounds like that, you could pop in on this panel and then have that shine through on this lovely like laser cut effect if you wanted to. This is another one that I really like, that I like the idea of this, which I've created. Now, I don't know where I put my die actually. Oh, I've still got my die, good. So I'll bring this back to that for a second. So what we've done this time is we've taken a sheet of our blue card and we've put it so it's cut one side, and then we've overlapped it. So in this area here, we've overlapped it and cut it again. Now, of course, that bit in the middle here gets a bit messy because we've sort of double cut it. So it doesn't particularly have a purpose, the bit in the centre, because it does get a bit messy. But what we can do is a bit like I did for this card. You can literally just cut down it with a knife or a pair of scissors, whatever you prefer to, and create that opening of that window, which then, of course, means we could put photos in here or any other embellishments we wanted to, or in this case, just a nice stamped Christmas sentiment and a couple of layers with some other dies. But it means that you could really stretch that out and make that as big or as little as you want to, but yet it's all still one piece. I've actually layered mine onto some acetate, so it's got a bit of body, and then just folded the acetate underneath my card layers so that it's got this nice domed effect to it, but the option's yours. You could play around with that in many different ways. Another one I wanted to share with you, because I do quite like these dies, so I want to tell you a bit more about them. This one's just using some aurora flakes. So real quick and simple card. Cut your die, do your layers on it with your edges, stick it onto a self-adhesive sheet, throw on your Aurora flakes or your glitter bits or gilding flakes, whatever you wish to, through all of the gaps, and then just tie a bow around it so it looks like a present. Around the edge, I've just used some red liner tape and popped on some Aurora flakes again to match on there. Really, really, really quick and simple. Even just one die cut being used there with your edges and your background. So real easy to do. This is another one where we're just trying to show you how you could bring these elements in and pop them into your frames and bits as well. So these are some noble ovals I've used to cut out the aperture, and then I've just put the panels in from the top and the bottom just to show you how you could use these in other shapes as well, circles and squares, whatever you wish to, you could be working with them and just tucking them in from the edges. And then lastly, because I don't want to keep you forever, but I do like to share some ideas with you, because of these dies will cut and stay in your cardstock, there's no reason you can't actually cut them into larger sheets and then score them and turn them into boxes. And I think this is a really fun idea. I know I've mentioned this on another video that you may or may not have seen as yet, but often at Christmas, especially nowadays, we might not have the budget to buy the most expensive gifts. So you might just want to buy somebody like your postman a packet of matchmakers or some other chocolate maybe, or a little gift. But you want them to know you cared. You want them to know that you put some effort in. Well, this is a really nice way that you could box up your item and give it to them, and they're going to know you cared. They're going to know you've put some effort into it. And I just think that's really fun. And if you've got some crafty friends that you buy for at Christmas, you imagine getting this and then putting like some opal polishes in there, and maybe a couple of the small smoothies, and a couple of other tools, maybe a paintbrush here and there and bits like that, and giving that over to them as a lovely present that you know they're really going to enjoy as well. I just think that's a fun way to give a crafter a fun gift and use your crafted staff at the same time. So there's just loads of ideas you're going to be able to do with these. And if you do like them and you're thinking, well, I love the idea of Christmas, but I've already done my cards. I don't need to make any more Christmas cards this year. Well, these do actually come in other versions as well. I think there's about 5 different sets of these outside of the Christmas versions. So you could also use those as well. Now, if you did fall in love with any of the products on today's video, then of course, as I mentioned earlier, you can find them all on our website, which is www.craftmaniacrafts.com, and they're all on there for you to purchase in that lovely section I told you about earlier. Under the As Seen on TV section, just go to November-YouTube-Christmas, last minute Christmas ideas. I get this wrong every time. Last minute Christmas ideas, and you'll find all of the bits and bobs in there. You can order online, or you can actually give us a call on 01493 843 666 between 9 AM and 7 PM every day. Daphne is there ready to take your orders or answer your questions if you've got any questions. How your shipping works, if you live in the UK, this is really easy. If you spend over £5, your P&P is completely free. So you don't have to worry about that at all, whether it's online or via the phone. We have an awful lot of customers who shop with us internationally. That's really simple as well. It doesn't matter what you buy, how much, how little, anything you want, any weight. All we do is we cap your postage at £10. Now, if we can find your P&P cheaper than that, we will actually reduce it and refund you the difference. If it costs more than £10, here at Craftmania, we will actually pay that for you. So £10 is the most you will pay for your P&P. Now, in complete honesty, most of our parcels cost around £24 and take about 2 weeks to reach you. And we send an awful lot to America, Australia, New Zealand, and several parts of Europe. So that's sort of a base point to jump off from for you, so you know where you're sort of going to be with your P&P. But we do try and keep it as cheap as we can. Now, lastly, before I leave you, during November on the Craftmania website, we also have an offer running whereby if you spend £10, you're going to receive a free die. And it's a free die, usually worth £8.99. I would show you one at the moment, but to be honest, we've pre-filmed the videos and we did show you on some of them the die that we expected you'd be getting. But it ran out so quickly. So many of you have been ordering to get your free dies, which is just amazing to see. And we've stopped showing you which design you're going to get, because by the time this goes live or you order during November, It could be anything. But so you know what the die will be, when you go onto the website, a picture will pop up and it will show you the current die we're giving away, and we're aiming to make sure that's the one that you receive in your parcel. But it is while stocks last, so please do be aware of that. Now, if you've already ordered earlier in the month and you've already qualified for one free die, don't worry, as long as you spend £10, you can go back and collect every single version of the dies that we are releasing throughout November on this offer. Now, obviously, if you are shopping twice with us in the time that the die is available, then you will only receive one. The offer is one per household. We don't want to double up. We want as many people as we can to get the free dies. So we're not going to double them up, because who needs two anyway? But as I say, it will change every now and again as we run out of them. So do keep going back and checking what one's up at the moment. Now, if you have any questions from today's little video, please don't hesitate to pop them in the comments, and I will do my very best to answer them. Thank you so much for watching, and do keep an eye out for the next video that will be coming your way. Thanks a lot. Bye for now.